could call it a pre-debate war room. I like to think of it as a tailgate. We are tailgating prior to the presidential debate coming up at 6 o'clock.
It's way cooler.
Sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I just thought of it. Emily Ryan, Matt Salmon, Tony Cani are with us right now, representing a variety of different thoughts, political, the spectrum, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So we're talking about tonight's debate, and I have a question, and this is a genuine question. I know that there are the Trump camp. Nothing he can say or do will move him off of it. There's the Biden camp, who may be anti-Trump, part of them too. Nothing he can say or do will move him off. So the people that are going to decide this election are the undecideds, the middle. It's, 5% maybe of the entire electorate swinging one way or the other. Are they paying attention tonight? Or is June too early for them to care about politics?
I think they're going to be paying attention. And I think at the end of the day, what they're going to be looking at is who is really going to be the lesser of two evils. I think the people that are undecided don't like either of them.
Yeah.
Because I've been hearing this from tons of people. I don't like either of them. I mean, we're a country of 500 million people plus, and this is the best we can do.
Exactly.
Double haters is what they're called.
Yeah,
right.
Pollsters call them double haters. There are people like me that actually are seriously wondering, am I going to participate in this? Because I cannot believe these are the choices. I haven't missed an election since junior high student council. I mean, I'm a participant.
Yeah. You were fantastic in that election, by the way. I want to point out.
No, but I'm
Some people might stay home.
I am thinking about, do I really want to cast a vote for either one of these guys? It feels very un-American to not vote, but also these choices feel very un-American to me too. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I can't be the only one that feels that way.
No, I'm with you.
I think there's a ton of people like that. Even some of the people that are saying they're decided, they're not happy with their vote.
That's a good point.
Begrudgingly decided.
On a campaign like this, it's not only about persuading the small people in the middle that you need to get on your side. You also need to retain your supporters. Okay. You want to make sure people don't go away. That's something that I'm sure Trump is very concerned about right now. And I think that when it comes to President Biden's campaign, part of the reason why he's soft on the numbers is because a lot of younger voters and other voters that typically will be with him have not really accepted the fact that these are the two candidates that are going to be in this race. And so the idea is when people – that's why I think an early debate like this is smart. When people start to realize these are the options, people are going to start looking, seeing between the two candidates. And frankly, if Biden is able to sneak some of the accomplishments that he's actually been able to put together into this debate and into the eyes of the voters. I mean, look, the Republican Party melted down in Congress because of how much Biden got through Congress.
Biden
can't
is
forget
in
that.
a tough spot because anytime you have to stand up and explain your accomplishments because people aren't feeling it and they aren't living it.
Like the economy.
Like inflation, like immigration. Anytime you have to stand up and say, hey guys, there's a CHIPS Act in Arizona and there's a lot of jobs there and you're losing.
But you don't have to explain to voters about abortion.
No.
You don't have to explain to voters about lower prescription drug prices if that's the kind of thing that they are pulling in. You don't have to talk about student loan relief. There are things that people already have an opinion about when they learn that has happened, they don't have to be convinced.
But we're living the economy every day.
That's exactly the point.
That's
nobody is happy with the economy. Nobody.
Well,
except
it's the haves and have-nots.
Right.
Some people, the economy works just fine for them. Other people, they're struggling.
And they're not making ends meet.
Well, last hour we talked about it. Sky Harbor as an example.
Oh, on the flights, the international flights.
May was the biggest month ever in the history of Sky Harbor for passengers. Right. Yeah. Somebody's spending money. They ain't giving the flights away.
Let me throw one other thing out there. You asked why some of the people are undecided. Mm-hmm. One other thing, I get these emails every day that say about each of the candidates, somebody else is going to be popping up, and in the convention they're going to move them out of there. Oh. And I think a lot of people, maybe not a high percentage, a small percentage of people, but a lot of people, I think, might be holding out hope for something like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna tee this up for you, Gaydos.
Okay.
Gaydos theory.
Yeah.
Are there Democrats out there who are hoping for Biden to fall on his face tonight?
I think so. And if he does, then they'll replace him. I think one of the reasons that this debate is so earliest debate we've ever had in presidential history.
So they have time?
He still have time.
So Gavin Newsom is watching very closely.
I think it's Hillary. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, listen.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad with my choices.
I have only ever heard Republicans say that Biden is going to be replaced on the ballot.
Okay.
And it's always the
We have a bet on
insider
this.
lobbyist and the political people.
Okay, so I'll hit you back on that.
Okay.
From what I understand, and who knows, if Biden really is truly horrendous tonight and completely, like, he almost literally has to fall on his face. It's the Obamas, it's Bill and Hillary Clinton, it's Nancy Pelosi, that they get in a room and they say, we can't do this.
Yeah, and I think that you're hearing that
can't
from
do it.
Republicans,
It could
Tony,
happen.
because I think they're hoping
happen,
to
yeah.
have another choice to vote for. I think if it was someone other than Biden,
I
you'd see more
vote Joe
Republicans
Manchin.
cross over.
I love Joe Manchin.
I heard that, man.
I vote Joe Manchin.
Oh, come on.
I know this.
This is preposterous.
I know.
This is totally ridiculous.
No.
But because people love Donald Trump. Do you think people want him to stay on the ballot?
But I think isn't that the argument? Again, we get back to the double haters again. The only reason I think I disagree with Gaydos on his theory. I think it's an interesting theory, but I disagree because I think no matter what Biden does, I think they believe Trump is worse. They certainly believe it.
Who's they?
Democrats believe that, and his supporters, and they believe, hey, we got a few more months. Trump will do something horrific in that time.
And it won't change
It won't
thing.
matter.
We can
It
catch
won't.
back up.
He could shoot someone in the middle of the
He's a
street.
convicted
and it wouldn't
felon
matter.
now, and people are still going to vote for
can
him.
be
Bruce.
There are
jail.
people who are still going to vote for him. But
Yeah,
if
of
you
course.
win an election by 10,000, 10, 15, 20,000 votes in a state, you start to pull people over because I genuinely believe that there are Americans who think that he is too extreme.
Oh,
They do
absolutely.
not like what happened with January 6th as much as people try to
But they
pretend like
know
that has
he
gone away.
controls the Republican Party, so any chance for Gaydos' theory to play out has to be in the Democratic Party because
Yeah.
they're the only ones that still have some kind of control.
They'll push
over
him
their
out.
own
They'll
party.
tell
Voters are going
Biden
to
to
start
leave.
to open their eyes, realize that this kind of stuff isn't going to happen, and they're going to realize that the
Yeah.
Trump that they did not want to send back last time is worse now and
But not
is
tonight.
controlled by worse people than he was before, and they are
You mean
not
Secretary of Defense Steve
might-
Bannon isn't a good idea?
You might think that only Republicans want Biden gone, but I think a lot of Republicans want Trump out of there too.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.